Hey, what's going on guys? Ash here, back again with another Power Rangers related video. And it's been a while since I've done one of these. It's been a while since I've done a ranking top tier list video. And this one is kind of unique and kind of special, well sort of. I've done all the Rangers, I've done the villains, but now it's time to do the monsters. And in this video, if you didn't read the title, we're doing all the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger monsters from Season 1. Now, if this video does do well, it gets a lot of positive reception and a lot of buzz, a lot of comments, a lot of likes. Don't forget to leave those, guys. I will do a sequel and sort of do a counterpart where I talk about the Dual Ranger villains, the Sentai counterparts, because the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger villains, the monsters of the day, some of them are really iconic, mostly due to their looks, because Mighty Morphin didn't always have a deep and complex story going on compared to Dual Ranger. It was like, monster would show up, Rangers would fight monster, monster's destroyed, end of the episode. So, I don't know how I'm going to do this ranking. I guess I'm going to go on nostalgia and how I remember them, how I remember the episode looks of the monsters and stuff like that. It's going to be however I feel is however I'm going to rank them. So, let's go. First up is Bones. Bones I want to put in, I want to say A tier, or maybe B tier, because I think A tier is too nice. But this was one of the first monsters the Rangers faced. I had a toy of this guy growing up, but this monster, he is an iconic villain, you could say, because he's the first monster, apart from Goldar, that the Rangers fought. He's the first monster of the week, and I just like his design. He's a skeleton with a top hat, so he's got a really cool design. Now, as for his counterpart, the Dark Knight, I want to say D, because this guy, you kind of forget about. Yes, he shows up in, like, the same episode that Bones, but he kind of just shows up out of nowhere, and they don't really explain it. Now, if you've seen the Sentai footage, it kind of does explain it, but this guy just shows up out of nowhere, gets destroyed, end of the episode. The Mighty Minotaur, I want to put this guy in maybe B or C. I want to say C, because the dude's a Minotaur. He's a giant Minotaur. That's all he's got going for him. The episode was when the Rangers got their weapons, and that's all I can remember about this guy. Like, this guy is kind of a forgetful monster because he's a giant Minotaur. There's not much to remember him, apart from he was an obstacle for the Rangers. And yeah. Okay, next up, King Spinks, Estia. This monster is a monster that everyone remembers when it comes to Power Rangers. Like, he was all over the marketing in the 90s, he had a lot of toys, he still gets a lot of merch and a lot of figures nowadays, so King Spinks is one of those iconic monsters, and he's the monster that a lot of people remember when it comes to Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers in general. So, King Spinks, I'll put in S tier. Gnarly Gnome, I want to put him in D. I remember watching the episode on VHS, like I had this episode on VHS where he shows up, and although I remember him due to nostalgia reasons, he's kind of a boring monster, I will say that. He's like a gnome with a rake. That's all he's got going for him. Okay, next up, Pudgy Pig, S tier. What else do I have to say about Pudgy Pig? Everyone remembers Pudgy Pig. Everyone remembers Pudgy Pig from back in the day. And he's one of those iconic monsters that a lot of people remember. Like, I think these two were on the same VHS tape that I had growing up. Those two episodes. But I remember Pudgy Pig a lot, and a lot of people remember Pudgy Pig. He's like such a fun and wacky monster with when he showed up in Mighty Morphin. Okay. Next up, Eye Guy. I don't want to put Eye Guy in S, because I feel like that's stretching it. I want to put him in maybe B. I love his design. His design is really creepy. It creeps a lot of people out. He's weird. He's creepy. His eyes are really gross. He's just got that weird, creepy Season 1 Mighty Morphin design that, like, a lot of people remember. Like, people still remember him. He's getting a toy and stuff later down the line. But, Eye Guy, I mostly remember due to his design. Okay. Terratoad. Terratoad scared the shit out of me as a kid. This guy was terrifying. I would love to see a lightning collection of Terratoad where you can sort of like put the stickers of the monsters, of the rangers' heads on his belly. But this guy was freaking terrifying as a kid. I think it's mostly the Sentai footage that they use where he gobbles up the rangers, like that big close-up. That was terrifying to watch as a kid. That was really freaky. And, I don't know, this guy just he still doesn't give me nightmares now, but I don't know, he triggers a lot of bad memories. Madame Woe, aka Lewis Griffin in Power Rangers. I want to put Madame Woe in maybe C, because she's not that, okay, she's a rememberable character. A lot of people remember Madame Woe. But Madame Woe is one of those characters that I remember, but when you go back and watch her episode, she didn't do much. She was a good villain for Billy to confront and overcome, but apart from that, like, I don't remember much about her. Okay, Mr. Tickle Sneezer. S tier. No, I'm only kidding. Tickle Sneezer can go in D. Mostly because he wasn't that great of a villain. He was just a wacky, goofy character. And a lot of people remember him. A lot of people remember him due to, like, the little Japanese kid standing in the shot from the Joy Ranger footage. But Mr. Tickle Sneezer, he was kind of a one and done. And does he really exist because he was in a dream the whole time? So, yeah. Alright, the Snizzard. The Snizzard, I want to put in C. Like, the only thing a lot of people remember about the Snizzard is he's voiced by Bryan Cranston. That's, like, the only thing he's got going for him. Like, apart from that, I don't remember what this character did. I don't remember what this monster did. Like, the only thing I remember when it comes to the Snizzard, oh yeah, Walter White voiced him back in the day. That's all I remember. Chunky Chicken. Chunky Chicken, I want to put in maybe B tier. I just love his design. He's like a chicken with giant scissors. It's really wacky. It's really goofy. I freaking love it. Okay, next up is the Genie. The Genie I want to put in D as well, because this guy, I do not remember. I do not remember the episode. I think he was in the Switching Places episode, but apart from that, I don't remember him at all. Now, if I talk about his Sentai counterpart, different story. But the Genie, I'm going to put in D. Alright, who's next? I think this is either the Dark Knight or... okay, it's the Dark Warrior? Is it the Dark Warrior? Okay, no, it's the Knight. Okay, the Dark Warrior is the other one. The Dark Warrior, let me double check on the wiki. No, what the fuck? I clicked on the same one. Okay. Nasty Knight. Okay, that's the word. Nasty Knight. Nasty Knight, I want to put in maybe C, because I don't remember this guy as well. And if I'm getting these guys confused, I want to put the Dark Warrior in D, because the Dark Warrior is a pretty bland design. But Nasty Knight, I want to put in C. C. Because I like his knight design he's got going for him. Okay. Next up is Pineapple Octopus. I want to put him in, I want to say B, C. It's hard to say, because I remember his episode, like the episode with the clown. And he talked like this. I can't do his voice. But I want to put him in maybe, I want to put him above, these characters, because he's more iconic than these characters. We're more memorable than these characters when it comes to me. So, I'll put him there in C for now. Shell Shock. I want to put Shell Shock in B. I love his design. His design is really wacky. I mean, it's a freaking turtle with a traffic light in his body. That is wacky. That is goofy. That is something I love and I remember. I remember the episode, it's the running episode, and it's a really fun episode. Okay, what's next? What is this character? The Spider, I believe. Is this the Spider? Let me just go back. Spidertron, is that what we're on? Yes, Spidertron. Okay, Spidertron. I forgot this guy even existed, so I want to put this guy in D. I don't remember Spidertron at all, unfortunately, so if you're a big fan of Spidertron, I do apologize. Okay, next up, the Spitflower. Spitflower, I want to put in D as well. Oh, I want to put in C. Cool design, I really like the design, but I don't remember anything about it. Okay. Next up is Frankenstein. Frankenstein, I want to put in C. C. Like, a lot of people saying, hey, for Halloween, you should talk about the Frankenstein monster in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. And I'm like, what's there to talk about this guy? Because he was a giant Frankenstein monster that the Rangers fought, and that was the end of him. Okay. So what's after Frankenstein? Wheel of Misfortune monster. Okay, no. Okay, that's not a monster. Which one is this that I'm looking at? Okay. Which one is this? I gotta look it up. Okay, I gotta look it up. Okay, so we've got Shell Shock. Is it Muteus? It's not Muteus. Yes, it's Muteus. Okay, so Muteus I want to put in A, because it's such a terrifying design. Especially when they're transformed. Especially when Muteus is transformed. Although, that's his, okay, let me go back to Muteus. Okay. Muteus, yeah, okay, that's his powered up form. Normal form is fucking terrifying. That form is freaking scary when you look back at it. Like, that form is like nightmare fuel. So, what's up next? The Rockstar. I want to put in D. It's called the Rockstar because, you know, he's a rock, he's a star. He was the monster of the day. That's all I've got to say about him. Like, I'm sure someone loves Rockstar, but yeah, he's kind of a forgettable character. Okay. Next up is Samurai Fan Man. I want to put this guy in C as well. I remember the episode. I sort of remember the monster, but apart from that, he's just a giant man with a samurai fan. And he's called the Samurai Fan Man, which is a weird name, but hey, it is MMPR Season 1. Next up is the Silkworm, or what is this monster called? Because I'm going to get it wrong and people are going to get mad. Waveworm. Waveworm, I'll put in D. No, D, over here. It's okay, it's an okay monster, but it's a giant lavatar. Alright, next up is Babe Ruthless, the baseball monster. I want to put this one in, I want to say C. C. I forget this monster even exists half the time, but if I forget it, if it exists half the time, or most of the time, then it should go in D. But I like its design. It's a giant flea, I believe, that plays baseball. It's got a really cool pun on its name, Babe Ruthless. What is it? Babe Ruthless. So, you gotta love the pun on the name, based on someone in real life. So, I'll put it in C, because it's all about the Mets. Okay, what's next? Fang. What? Really? Fang? That's the monster? Okay, if this one's called Fang, I want to put it in D, because I didn't even know this character existed. I didn't even know that monster was a thing. I've seen Mighty Morphin like so many times, but that's like one of those monsters that gets through the cracks. Cycloptus. I want to say C. C, I'll put him in C, but I want to put him above these guys here, but his design is bland, that's the thing. He's just a giant white eye monster, Cyclops me, so there's not much to talk about when it comes to this guy. So, I'll put him in C. Okay, next up is, I guess, Hatchosaurus. Yeah, Hatchosaurus. Hatchosaurus, C as well. C as well. Like, cool design. Cool looking design. Cool monster. But apart from that, it's Not the best. Okay. What one's this monster? Which one's this one? I don't know what this monster is. I have to quickly jump to the wiki. I'm going to put it in D for now. What is this monster? This... Okay. I have no idea what this monster is. And people are going to yell and scream at me saying, yeah, it's this monster, but... Let me check the wiki. It's not Paludicon. It's not Twin Man. It's not... Wait, it could be... Okay. It's not... Goo Fish. It's not Octoplant. I don't know what this character is. Like, someone's gonna say, you're an idiot, it's this character from this season, and... I'm sorry, I don't know who it is. What are we up to? We're up to Paludicon. Paludicon I want to put in C. It's like a unicorn that pollutes. It's one of Rita's monsters. It does what it does. Okay, next up. Twin Man. Twin Man. I remember the this one's from Bad Reflections on You. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. This one's from Bad Reflections on You. Voiced by Bryan Cranston. Okay, this one... I don't really remember. I remember when the Rangers get copied and they're all bad and they throw people in bins and they're jerks, so I remember that. But apart from that, I don't remember the monster. I remember the Rangers, like, being evil and they wear shades and red glowing eyes like we see here. But apart from that, nothing. I got nothing. Okay, Octoplant. I want to say C as well. People are going to be really disappointed with my monster rankings. Like, Octoplant looks really cool design, but I don't remember the episode that well. What's next? We got the furry monster. That's Goo Fish. What is this monster? It's like, okay, let me scroll down. Because we've got the Fang monster. We've got... It's not Fang, no, we looked at Fang. I don't know who... I can't remember this Wolfman and where they're from, so I want to put them in D. And if it comes back to me, I'll talk about it. Okay, so now we've got Goo Fish. We're on the Due 2 footage. So, I'm going to put Goo Fish in C, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A lot of these Due 2 monsters I didn't grow up watching. Because I didn't have, like... Okay, that's Goton. Okay. Oh, phone went off. Okay, that was Goten. I don't remember Goten that well. I do apologize. But where was I? Like I said, a lot of these Due 2 monsters I don't remember, unfortunately. Okay, what are we on? We're on the Jellyfish Warrior. No, we're not on the Jellyfish Warrior. We're on... Dang, what are we on right now? Okay. Fighting Flea? Okay, we're on Fighting Flea. Fuck this monster. Okay, when I did watch a lot of the Due 2 episodes, when I got the complete DVD set, a lot of these monsters annoyed me with how they sounded, and Fighting Flea was one of them. It talked in a really high-pitched voice. A really high-pitched voice, and I could not stand it. Like, if you go back and watch that episode, I'll probably have it playing now.
I'm hungry! I'm hungry! Hello, Red Ranger! I'm so happy to see you again!
So, was that voice annoying if I remembered to put the clip in, everyone? You tell me. Okay, what's next? Jellyfish Warrior, I think. But now we're on Jellyfish Warrior. Jellyfish Warrior. C. I like his design. His design is really terrifying. And that's what I gotta say. I love about these Due 2 monsters. Because, like, Toei could have used them in their own show. But they didn't. But these monsters, like, really terrifying. Okay, next up. Mantis. Mantis, I want to put in C. It's a really good training-focused episode, but it's a weird training-focused episode because the monster is like, you have no honor. And Trinity's like, I do have honor, and I'm going to fight you, but you have no honor. And then they fight, and that's the end of the episode. That's all I remember with the Mantis, is it saying honor. Honor this, honor that. Okay. What are we on? We're on Dramol, I don't remember, unfortunately. But I'll put it here. Okay, next up is Grumblebee. Now, I never saw this episode, but I first heard it from, like, I believe a Game Grumps episode where they talked about it. But I want to put Grumblebee in B because it was later reused in Wasp with a Heart. But Grumblebee, sort of forgetful episode, but it's a cool bee outfit that I really like. Okay, next up. Chicken Monster. I want to put this monster in B as well. Because it's a really... Is it the Chicken Monster? Let me check. Yeah, two-headed parrot. Two-headed parrot. That's like a really wacky monster design when it comes to MMPR Season 1. And like I said, these Ranger suit, these Ju2 suits are really wacky, really crazy, and I love them a lot. So I'm going to put this one in B. If you disagree, I do apologize. Okay, so where are we? We're nearly at the end. Okay, this monster, what is this monster called before I give it a ranking? Pexter, what a name, Pexter. It appeared in Foul Play. So, I want to put Pexter in C. It's a cool design, a really cool monster design like I've been saying, but I don't remember the episode. Like I said, these later episodes in Season 1, I don't remember. Unfortunately. Okay. Oh, we're not at the goat yet. Who is this guy? Wait, is this another form of Pexter? Okay, is this... No, that's Scarlet. That's someone else. Okay. I'm gonna quickly... I do apologize for the delay. Is that the Lizonator? Okay, that's the Lizonator. I'll put him in D. He's like a Snizzard knockoff. I'll put him there. Cool design, but I'll put him there. Okay. S. Pumpkin Wrapper. You know that Pumpkin Wrapper's going in the S tier. You know he's going in the S tier. That is for sure. Because Pumpkin Wrapper is the best. Everyone knows that. Everyone loves them. Everyone loves Pumpkin Wrapper. So we're putting Pumpkin Wrapper in S. Alright, next is Jabba Joy. Now, I had a toy of this figure growing up, and I didn't see the episode until I watched the VHS tape, but I freaking loved the toy as a kid. But I want to put Jabba Joy in, like, A? No, B. I want to put him in B. I know everyone's going to disagree and be like, why are you putting Jabba Joy above Frankenstein and all these guys? Well, like I said, nostalgia, and it's a shark. I loved Street Sharks growing up, and this monster probably aired around the same time as Street Sharks, so I want to put this monster in B. Okay, what are we on next? We're on Scoldadillo. Scoldadillo, I don't remember that much. He appeared in Second Chance. What episode was that? Second Chance, what was that? Okay, so near the end of Mighty Morphin. So I want to put him in D because I don't remember him at all. I do apologize. If you remembered him, I do apologize. Okay. Rhino Blaster, I think we're on. Is that Rhino Blaster? That is... Okay, that's Rhino Blaster. I want to put him in D because I never probably watched the episode, or I don't have a lot of nostalgia for it. It's in football season. Cool design-ish. I want to say that. Cool design. But apart from that, I barely remember the dude at all. Crayfish Monster. Sort of the first episode of Evil Rangers where he made putty clones. I want to put this guy in C. I want to put him in C due to because I don't know if I've seen the episode in its entirety, but whenever people play Dual Ranger footage of like the Crayfish Monster with like Mighty Mutant Rangers, this is the episode that everyone talks about, like the Crayfish Monster. Was he a G2 monster? Let me bring it up. Okay, Mighty Morphin Mutants. Okay, yeah, that was near the end of season 1. That was G2 footage if you look at it. So yeah, we've got one more monster, and that is the Oyster Monster. And I want to put this monster in D. I do apologize if you like this monster. It's the episode where Zack puts on the dragon shield, and we got the toy out of, we got the character in Legacy Wars, but I don't remember the episode that much, apart from the clip where Zack gets the dragon shield. So, with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. What do you guys think of this ranking? Do you love it? Do you hate it? If you want to see more stuff like this and you made it to the entire video, thank you so much. Much appreciated if you watch this entire video. Your support is greatly appreciated because this is a fairly long video. So if you watch the whole thing, thanks. But if you want to see more stuff like this, like Mighty Morphin Season 2 monsters, or me talking about their Dual Ranger counterpart, I might make videos like that. But I probably won't be alone when it comes to the Dual Ranger footage. I might see if I can bring someone on to help me rank Dual Ranger monsters later down the line. So, with that said, I'm bringing this video to a close. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day or night. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Take care. Bye.